Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. We've got another YouTube video for you. We've got loads of YouTube videos for you. And yeah, this video, it has come by special request. And yeah, what an honor and a privilege for this video to come by a special request. And what I mean by that is, this is a poem which I've released and it's called The Dream. And I wasn't really planning on making a YouTube video out of this poem. And the reason is because the poem, I feel like it's touching on the touching on the topic of insanity. And I thought that's not something that would interest many people. I'm not saying you're insane or I'm insane, but yeah, as I discuss it, you'll understand what I mean. So I wasn't really planning on making a YouTube video out of it because yeah, I just thought not a lot of people would relate to it. But the poem I've already released on TikTok and Instagram, and somebody commented and they said I was hoping that you would make a YouTube video out of this poem to discuss it further. And I thought to myself, what an honor and what a privilege, honestly, what an honor and what a privilege that somebody out there, they have they have read one of my poems, they've listened to one of my poems, it related to them that much that they would like for me to discuss it further and ponder upon it further. So whoever that person is, I don't think I know you. If I do know you, just message me honestly. But I don't think I know you, but thank you very much. You don't know how much that comment means to me to say that, can you make a YouTube video for one of your poems? Because this is why I do this is why I do this. This is why I do this whole poetry thing. Is first of all, it's an expression of myself, but I also want to be able to connect to people and relate to people from different backgrounds in different situations. So thank you very much to the brother who sent me the message. So the poem itself, and just a side note with my poems as well. So yeah, as you may have seen, I've recently started uploading my poems onto YouTube as well. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a while. But yeah, over the next couple of weeks, I will be uploading all the poems that I've uploaded on other platforms, and then going ahead, any poems that I release in the future, I will also add onto my YouTube as well as a short. So how do we start the videos? We start the videos with the poem itself. So this poem is called The Dream, and here's how it goes. In my dreams, I am insane, out of touch with reality. I am hiding away in my bedroom at the fear of making you uncomfortable. Music sounds better here. It's speaking directly to my soul. I can't stop dancing. There is two guns in my hand, my signature dance move. I've never been this happy, peaceful, content, completely crazy too. Time does not exist here. The moment is everlasting. I need to wake up now. I've got work tomorrow. But the strangles of the dream are too tight. I need to force myself awake, so I'll jump from a high rise building, hoping forcing the induce of fear will wake me up. On the way down, I realize the wind blowing on my face is too strong. Everything seems too real. I wasn't dreaming at all. I choose not to panic. Instead, my face is beaming with a wide smile. I am happy, content, peaceful, completely crazy too, as I plummet to my death. What a poem! What a poem! And where to start? So, when was this poem written, first of all? So, this poem must have been written in summer of last year, in summer of 2024. And it was just a random occurring. Now, with the poetry, as I've mentioned quite a lot before, when I write my best poetry is when I'm in a sort of manic state of mind where I do sometimes feel like I am going completely insane. And it's a state of mind where my thoughts are operating in a completely chaotic way, but I also have a lot of energy as well. I have a lot of energy around me. I feel energetic and I can feel energy around me. And my state of consciousness, my state of mind is operating from a different level than usual, if you know what I mean. And that is what allows me to write the poetry. And that essentially is what I am discussing in the poem. Now, even though the poem, I call it the dream, this is real life. This is how I feel at times when I am writing my poetry. The poetry, there's different types of poems. There's poems that require a different state of mind depending on how I'm feeling. But this poem here and poems that I have similar to this, honestly, some of my best work, and I love some of my favorite poems as well. Some of my favorite poems because they allow me to express the insane side of me, if you know what I mean. Because the poem itself is also very manic. It's also very frantic as well. It's like it's like moving like this. So yeah, it's and this is how I honestly feel at times when when I get into this state of mind. I don't know what leads me to this state of mind. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes I'm just just going through life, just coasting through, and then boom, it's like I've been hit with a lightning bolt, and I've got all this energy inside me, and I need to find a way to express this energy. And what is the best way to express that energy? Through poetry. For me, it's through poetry. For you, you may have other means. And this is exactly what I do when I am feeling like this. When I am feeling very frantic, very manic, on the cusp of insanity. I've got a lot of poems where I discuss that I am on the cusp of insanity, and this is exactly what I do. I lock myself away in my bedroom. I stay in my bedroom because I fear that if I was to be around company, if I was to be around other people, the way that I would come across, even though I'm conscious of my actions, the way that I come the way that I come across, it would not be understood. People would look at me and they would say, you know what, this guy, he's gone crazy, he's completely lost the plot. So when I am feeling like this, I honestly prefer to lock myself away in my bedroom. I'll put the music on. So music sounds better here. Music sounds a lot better when I'm feeling like in that state of mind, and it is speaking directly to my soul. Like I can feel the music, and I have to listen to the right music which inspires me to write the poetry. And I can't stop dancing. I can't stop dancing. There is two guns in my hand. Obviously, there's not two guns in my hand, but the gun fingers. Do you know what I mean? The gun fingers, metaphorically. And so when I'm feeling like this, I'm in my room. I'm just, I'm having a good time. I'm honestly just having a good time. I'm listening to music, and I'm dancing. I'm dancing by myself, and I feel alive. I feel completely alive. I feel in tune with the power that is much greater than me, and it allows me to write. It allows me to write poetry. And in them moments, everything feels like it's moving 100 miles per hour. Actually, not even 100 miles per hour. Everything feels like it's moving at the speed of light. The speed of light. And I love it. I love it. I love that feeling of just where it feels like I am surrounded by this energy, and this energy completely overtakes me, and then it allows me to write some beautiful poetry. There's always the end result is always a poetry. And I'm just having a look at the poem. Time does not exist here, the moment is everlasting. Oof. Now that's a very deep line, because when I am feeling like this, it honestly feels like I lose grips of reality. I lose grips of my sense of time. And yeah, it's a very powerful state of mind to experience. It's a very powerful state of consciousness to experience. And I am lucky enough to have experienced it many times. And I think to experience something like that, you have to be able to handle it. I would also say that I have also experienced the other side of it as well. So there's what I'm just the everything that I've discussed right now is elevated emotions, but then there is also that other side to it, where I am experiencing what I am experiencing, but the emotions that are aligned with that state of mind, that state of consciousness, completely differing. They're on the other end of the spectrum, where I do lose grips of my mind, and where I feel like my mind has broke itself. I've experienced that as well, and the end result of that has also been Poetry. Oh, it's always poetry. I love poetry. I love writing poetry. So yeah, that is why sort of this poem itself is just discussing. It's just an absolute madness state of mind, and I feel like if you go through history and if you look at the great men and women who achieved great feats, who achieved feats that left an impact on the world, they were a bit mad as well. They were a bit insane in the mind. Do you know what I mean? And I think you have to be. I think when you do have a passion for something, when there is anything that ignites your soul and it ignites that fire in your heart, whatever it may be. Like for some people are inventors. Uh, Albert Einstein, scientist. Nicholas Tesla, great inventor. Who else do we have? Even in this day and age, I could say musicians. A lot of musicians, the music that they make speaks to a lot of people, and also actors as well. You know, acting I think is very interesting. Honestly, I would love to try acting one day because I find it quite an experience to just completely reinvent yourself, to completely change your whole character, your whole demeanor, everything within you to become the character that you are portraying in the movie. I think acting is an amazing skill. So yeah, this poem, hmm, it is expressing that insane side of me, that manic side of me, and but I also say I am happy, peaceful, content, completely crazy too. Now I realize when I'm experiencing this state of mind, this state of consciousness, the emotions that come with it, I completely realize that yes, it looks like I have lost my mind, but I'm very happy. I am completely happy. I am completely content. But it's not something that can go on for. It's not something that can be held on to. It's not a state of mind, a state of consciousness that can be held on to, because I feel like if it is something that you hold on to, then it would lead to, it would lead to insanity. And I don't want to be insane. Not yet. Maybe later down the line. It's too early yet. I'm still starting my poetry journey. Maybe one day down the line, I'll think, you know what, fuck this. I want to lose grips of reality. But yeah, but I don't want to do that yet. I'm enjoying life right now. So yeah, not too much to discuss from it. I'll be honest, not a lot to discuss from it. But I've got a lot of poems to the brother that requested this video. Thank you very much. Honestly, it means a lot to me. But I do have a lot of other poems that are discussing the same topics. And with the poetry, I've got so many different poems that about so many varying topics that sometimes I just think to myself, what shall I put out? Then I think, who's gonna like this poem? Who will like this poem? Like this poem called "The Dream." I did feel like not many people would understand it. So the person who's requested this video, if you feel this poem, then I relate to you. I know exactly. I know exactly what you may have gone through sort of previously, for you to feel this poem, for this poem to be relatable to you. So yeah, I'm just having a ponder. I'm having a natter in my head to see if there is anything further that I can discuss from this poem. Hmm. I don't think there is. I'll be honest, I don't think there is. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming back for another video. And I would also like to say thank you to everybody that is supporting me on this poetry journey. Honestly, this whole thing, I have zero expectations. I have always wanted to just get my poetry out into the world, and it's a privilege for me to be able to do this, and it's a privilege that people enjoy my poetry. They read it, it's relatable to them, and they request videos for me talking about the poetry. That's the biggest honor, to say that you relate to my work. So thank you very much. And do I have a question for you? Hmm. Let me have another quick nutter in my head. Do I have a question for you? I'd say just to focus on the topics that I have discussed, have you ever felt a state of mind where you feel like you are on the brink of insanity? And if you did, how did you deal with it? That is all for today. Thank you very much for your time. As always, take care. Love and light. I just want to say that. Love and light. Take care.